Welcome to the show. It's going to be a quick one today. Unfortunately, no podcast this week. A few things didn't go our way, but we thought we'd squeeze in a few minutes just for you guys and talk about the massive fight card. Hopefully by now you've seen the time, so I don't have to deal with that question for the rest of the weekend.
What time is it this weekend?
It is my daughter's birthday, so please give me a chance to breathe. But yeah, dude, super exciting card. Big one.
Yeah,
the biggest one, maybe. I can't think.
Title fights.
So this morning I was trying to figure out what was the last card of this magnitude. I think there was...
200.
200 tried, but there was like... a lot of things fell apart.
Yeah.
I mean, like you lost John Jones DC, which was everything, you know. I mean,
gained a really weird
DC
Anderson
versus
Silva.
Anderson, yeah. I was just trying to think. I think there was a New Year's card, like maybe or Madison Square Garden. What was that? I still remember with the leather, the weird leather.
With
things.
Conor.
Was that Conor Khabib?
Yeah, that was Conor
Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was brilliant.
That was a
actually
big
a great
card.
card.
Bro. But this is definitely in the makings for one of the biggest ever.
Yeah.
I think the pay-per-views are going to be immense. I'm gonna throw.
Well, Adesanya must be the biggest name out of the champions at the moment.
Definitely, he has to be, and like, I think it's.
Just move your mic, Wallace.
I think what's
just so that if you face, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. I think what's massively exciting about this one is that Jan Blachowicz is insanely dangerous. You know what I mean? Like Costa was dangerous, sure. Like he was a bruiser, you know what I mean? But I think Jan Blachowicz poses a lot of problems, man. He's got that one punch, lights out, see you later power, and he's a big.
He's not a slouch on the ground either. He's a Joe Moreira black belt. I mean,
did you see? Izzy was saying that maybe he's egging it on a bit, but he's going to weigh in at like 193 pounds against a guy who's definitely going to cut weight to 205, and probably quite a substantial amount.
I mean, when they faced off yesterday, they don't look like size-wise. They look fairly similar. But I mean, it's able to gauge, I suppose.
It's going to be and this is a big thing for me. I think that size difference is going to become a way bigger detail if Jan can get it to the ground. And realistically, I think a smart game plan, that's what he would want to do.
Well, Izzy weighed in at like 184 for his last title fight. So, I mean, it's not like he's struggling to make 185.
Yeah. But he also, like, his face is super sunken in his veins. Have you noticed? Like, his eyes are always, like, super sunken in. There was one, I think not the Costa fight, the one before where he was against Whitaker, where he was, like, crying in his room. Like, he was just, like, super emotional, you know. You could see, obviously, the weight cut was causing a few issues.
Some weight cuts can be brutal, eh?
But he's so, I don't want to say too skinny, bro. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not
my man's looking bodied up for this fight, dude.
What are you trying to say, boy?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying this looks looking properly bodied up for this fight.
So I think our picks are already out. We've all gone Adesanya. But I think it's like it's a little bit more to that. It's not just because it's Adesanya. I think it's stylistically, I think the fight is almost it's tailor-made for a guy like Adesanya. You know what I mean? It's such a, you know, when you've got a big puncher who comes forward, and I think Jan, with respect, comes forward with like, he's a little bit sloppy when he like bursts forward. You know what I mean? His exchanges, his hands come from quite low. He throws from almost like around his ribs. His hands aren't up tight. I think it's going to be a nice space for Izzy to counter and keep countering and eventually just wear him out. And I honestly, I think Izzy's going to stop him late in like the fourth.
I think it's second round KO, dude.
I think if he keeps that range, I think Blachowicz will be in trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing I've noticed.
Difference won't make a difference if as long as they're not in contact with each other, you know.
Yeah. I think Izzy needs to like avoid the clinch at all costs. I mean, his takedown defense is pretty good, but it's a different story when you've got massive Polish man grabbing you. You know what I mean? That is going to be. I think he's going to get tested there at some point. Well, I hope so. I want to see what he can do. You know.
Have you been watching the embedded episodes?
Oh, I love it, dude.
Did you see that thing with the rope on his bag?
Jan Blachowicz. I heard that story, bro. So actually, the first time I heard that whole story was before he fought Dom Reyes. Like the media got like a 45-minute time slot with Jan and with Dom Reyes. And he explained that story when he was walking through the forest and he found a dude hanging there.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the rope though.
Well, he takes the rope. He he calls into the police. Police fetch him. Police say to him, "You're not going to keep the rope."
Yeah,
he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, it's good luck." It's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's good luck to keep the rope of someone that's hanged themselves." So he's like, "Okay." So he keeps the rope and he touches it every time before he goes to fight.
Yeah.
And he starts going on this tear, right? So now he cuts a piece of the rope off and makes like a little bangle thing with a little wolf like clasp thing that like clips together. And he keeps it on his back. But some oak fucking offed himself with that thing, dude. Like,
and it's not like the rope you're thinking of, but not like a piece of boat rope, bro. It's like that.
No, it's like nylon.
Yeah, it's like that nylon shit. You'll tie your boxes down.
You go buy it like Leroy Merlin or Builder's Warehouse. Yeah.
It's fucking gnarly, dude. It's so gnarly, dude. Okay,
and
did you see
when I saw him talking about it, he was like giggling and laughing. I was like, well, this oak's a serial killer. He's a psychopath.
Yeah, dude, it's mad crazy. I think they're like, the Israel Adesanya draws his power from cartoons. And like this dude draws his power from a dead man's rope. Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, yes, bro.
Yeah, but I think it's a massively exciting fight, man. I'm super stoked for this. I think Adesanya going up, look, obviously it's a dangerous fight, but I think they've seen something that they believe they can exploit, and I think it obviously is in the stand-up. It's going to be super interesting to see if Jan can string together a takedown or two, get like a good top position. That's going to be
his wrestling defense is phenomenal, though.
It's insane, man.
And like Jan doesn't really like rely on his grappling, even though he's a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Rourke,
like,
just jump to there's a stats page open there, so we can see like the takedown accuracy and stuff. It should be open there somewhere, unless you closed it. Yeah, sorry, Worry. What do you say?
Blachowicz, even though he's a jiu-jitsu black belt, like he definitely doesn't rely on his grappling.
Yeah.
And even when he has like submitted people, it's this unorthodox style of like strangles, and he did that weird like rear naked choke, bulldog choke type of thing in the one fight. Like it doesn't seem like his like natural instinct is to grapple.
Yeah, against like Nikita Krylov, he like goes for like an arm triangle, then ends up like Krylov's like flat on his back, then he's almost like on his side, but like because he's got two hooks around him, and he's kind of just like, cool, just choke you out from here.
You choked out from there. It didn't even look like a choke.
Yeah, it's like, what choke is that?
Yeah, Polish jiu-jitsu, dude.
Let's check his takedowns. Yeah, just go match up.
Takedown average 1.1.
And the accuracy? Takedown accuracy 52%. Okay, so nothing wild, bro.
Yeah. So he's landing every 1 out of every 2 attempts he's taking. But I mean, that's against, he hasn't really, like, I mean, Dom Reyes is decent.
Yeah.
Has decent wrestling defense. But I mean, I think this is Izzy's probably going to have the best wrestling defense that he's faced in recent years.
One thing from the Dom Reyes fight is those body kicks, bro. I don't know how a natural 185er deals with those body kicks.
But remember, he's also a kickboxer.
Yeah, fair enough. Dom Reyes is an athlete, bro. Talking about. Sweet. So I think I know some people are going to eventually choose Jan. But yeah, I think Adesanya gets it done. You guys are saying early stoppage, second round.
I think second round stoppage. I don't think it's out of the world of possibility that Jan gets the job done. But I mean, it's highly unlikely.
Big left hook. But yeah, my money's on Adesanya, fourth round stoppage.
Again, it was the same situation as with Costa. People don't realize that Izzy is like one of the best kickboxers in the world at kickboxing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no ways that this MMA...
We had a title fight in Glory.
Yeah, there's no ways this MMA striker...
You see his boy Pereira is coming for him, slowly but surely.
He's making his way up. He's making his way.
Like 2-0 or 3-0 now. But he's like knocking out
Dana's like, come on, speed it up.
He's an LFA though, so he's not fighting like bums. Like, he's fighting decent guys. His wife just had that world title fight against Tiffany Van Zoost. Got fucking murdered. She did, dude. Like, Van Zoost just like a whirlwind
for a segue. Speaking of murder, it was about Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Yes, dude.
I hope Megan gets the job done, but it's like almost impossible.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me, man. Like, I know Megan's got a lot in her corner. When I look at Megan Anderson in comparison to Amanda Nunes, I think she's too slow.
Way too slow.
I think she's just way too slow.
And she takes a while to get going as well, whereas Amanda Nunes is kind of like in the game already from the get-go, you know?
Yeah.
Megan a lot of the time she looks very uncomfortable in the beginning of the fight, and then as the fight progresses, she starts getting a bit more comfortable. Everyone also talks about her height, but if you watch her fight, she actually like takes away a lot of her height advantage in the fight, because she's like, when she's actually getting into a striking stance, she like actually clinches in like quite drastically in her striking style. So she doesn't even like use that height advantage. She got a massive reach advantage, but I think like if I was her, I mean I'm not a UFC level athlete, but if I was her, I'd be playing that range game the entire time and make Amanda do something silly.
Don't you think like in order to use that range, you've got to have like a really good front kick and a really good jab, and I don't think she's got those tools, but like you don't watch a Megan Anderson fight and go, oh my, that jab was spectacular. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, she's a little bit too slow. And I think the key to her beating Amanda Nunes is getting her respect real early. And I feel like that's almost what Cyborg tried to do. She's like, I'm going to go out the gate early and I'm going to get that respect off the bat. And it didn't work for her. You know what I mean?
100%. I think if you watch that Kat Zingano fight where Amanda, I think that's Amanda's last loss, Kat mixed it up so well between the wrestling and the striking and kind of like put Amanda like on the back foot there a little bit. But with Megan, I think she likes like a clinical fight. She likes it that like everything is technical and you keep it technical the whole way. The moment people start getting gritty with it, like Holly Holm started like making it super gritty, then like she really does struggle. So I hope she gets it done. I mean, I'm not the biggest Amanda Nunes fan, but I highly doubt that.
I don't see her losing, dude, to be honest. I just don't see it happening ever. I think she'll take this fight. Maybe something else will come up.
You saw what Amanda did to Felicia Spencer. I know you can't do MMA math, but I mean, Felicia really did destroy Megan.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't even in the fight against Amanda. So, yeah.
So we've all gone Amanda Nunes again.
Yeah, 100%.
And then the other co-main, I love this.
Just keeps going on.
Piotr Jan versus Aljo. You guys both went Piotr Jan, which I think is the. If you're giving me your money to spend, I'm probably going to bet on Piotr.
My head says Piotr Jan. My heart hopes Aljo. I'd like to see Aljo win the title.
It's such a tough task, man. It's such a tough task. I think Aljo might have a chance with the jiu-jitsu if he can get it there. You know what I mean?
I didn't realize he was a Matsura black belt.
Yeah, he's the madman, bro. And he's unorthodox, you know what I mean? He comes from weird angles and he does a couple of weird things.
Even his submission game is unorthodox.
Yeah. And Piotr Jan is quite like, he's pretty conventional. You know what you're going to get, but he's packing power, dude. And he's quick. And you know the Russians, dude, like there's no quitting those guys. Like you've got to put him in uncomfortable positions. You know what I mean? You want to see Aljo put him on his back and see what he does from there and how he deals with it. You know, put him on the back foot. I think Piotr Jan like thrives on that front foot. Like look at Jose Aldo, and almost in every range from distance he closed the distance really quickly with like a good 1-2. That dirty boxing on the inside with against Jose Aldo was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's comfortable in all those ranges. Like you've got to do something different. You've got to come at new angles. You've got to put him on his back. You got to really
Have you ever watched that video of Volkanovski sparring Piotr Jan at Tiger Muay Thai? It's actually you can actually learn a lot from that brief little clip. That
Only we had someone that could search that for us. It was so sick.
If you watch Volkanovski,
freaking out.
He outstrikes Piotr Jan in that sparring session, and the way he does it is he breaks Piotr Jan's rhythm.
Yeah.
Every time Piotr Jan wants to
Did you see that?
It might have been it might have been on Tiger Muay Thai, or it might have been.
Just Google it, bro.
Piotr Jan Volkanovski, and he just keeps breaking his rhythm every time, and then establishing his combination afterwards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Piotr Jan looked very uncomfortable in that sparring session, and there wasn't like Volkanovski is quite a bit bigger than him, but it was they were fighting at range. It wasn't like clinch work or anything. But yeah, I think that's actually the key is like to break his rhythm every time. Like if he can just continuously keep breaking Piotr Jan's rhythm, because the moment once Piotr Jan gets that rhythm, his boxing rhythm, it's very difficult to stop him.
And Aljo's also like he's changed teams now. He's been doing a lot of work with like Dewey Cooper and Eric Nixick and Extreme Couture because he's in Vegas now.
Is he relocated there permanently?
Yeah.
Okay.
He lives there. I mean, like, it's like we were saying, like, why wouldn't you? You've got so many things to your advantage with the PR. Like, why wouldn't you go there? You know what I mean? Like, you kind of just have to.
So this is the video.
Oh, the internet's going to win here. But yeah. Anyway, we'll get this up. You can just, it's available on YouTube, so it's not hard if you want to go and check it out.
It's buffered already, yeah? Just go.
Super intriguing fight, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Rourke. Yo, he's got that left hand very high.
You see, as he starts his combinations, he breaks the combination with a counter. But he gets more extreme. I think this is the beginning parts. Like, as it gets further into it.
Yes, he packs power, eh?
You see,
dude, what's crazy is, like, look how big Piotr Jan is compared to Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Hey?
Look, Volkanovski is a small featherweight.
Very small. But, I mean, like, it's crazy, dude.
It's actually it's quite a sick video to watch from a technical standpoint.
Also, I think, like, you see that how he's moving back with angles as well. He's not going straight forward. You know, he's not retreating in a straight line.
Can we put a GoFundMe together to get Piotr Jan 2 shin pads?
Yeah, maybe.
Look, that boy's earning some dollar now. This might have been pre-champ status.
Well, we'll chuck the video up. Hopefully we won't get
painful to watch.
Booted off. But anyway, and then this card is the card that just keeps on giving.
Makhachev Dober.
Yes, dude. This
is didn't they reschedule this? This was originally meant to happen a while back.
Drew Dober, I think Drew Dober, he's a wild man, dude.
Yeah.
He's an absolute wild man. You know what I like about Drew Dober in this matchup is that it's the exact antidote for that Russian come forward style. You know what I mean? Someone that's going to match you in the middle and be like, cool, bro. Yeah. Give me whatever you got. You know what I mean?
I'd love to watch Don versus one of these two, dude.
It's like Drew Dober.
Yeah.
Yes. Against Drew Dober, it would be madness.
It would be epic, dude.
It would be madness. You'd get dizzy after a while. But yeah, I think again, like, your safe money here is Islam Makhachev. We know what he's going to do, and I mean, he's come out and said it. He's going to test Drew Dober's wrestling. He thinks it's average, so he's going to really go after it, you know. And, you know, there's been a lot of hype, like saying, you know, obviously his team's building him up that, you know, he's actually better than Khabib wrestling, straight wrestling. He probably beat Khabib, so he's the dude to watch. Yo, my man, but Drew Dober's not going to make your life easy, I can tell you that much.
No. It's... Look, I think with the win for either of these guys, it really like catapults them up.
Yeah.
Into like,
I think more for Islam, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is his like coming home party here. You get past Drew Dober. If you finish Drew Dober, now you're the real deal. You know what I mean? Now we're really starting to mix you up in the top dogs. So it's gonna be super, super interesting. Does Drew Dober come from like a All-American style wrestling background?
I'm not sure. Eh? He's got a hefty record though there.
He's also bodied up.
Yo, I'm also keen to watch Rakic Santos. Eh?
Hey, that looks like a Fight Stars photo or something.
100%. Evolution Fight Team. So it's from Denver.
Alex Hernandez, basically, he beat the brakes off Alex Hernandez till the ref stopped it. Nasrat, Paulo Reyes. Okay, he lost to Benel Dariush. No shame in that.
Losing to Olivia Orban Messier, OBM.
What's happened to that dude?
He's out of the UFC.
Yeah, Orban Mercer. And he's a big fella, eh? I don't know how that made that weight.
Yeah, he was also bodied.
He was massive, bro.
Efrain Escudero. He's been in the UFC for so long, eh?
Just, dude.
He's like fought the who's who. 23-9 is like a serious record.
Bro, this is going to be one of those fight cards where you're going to be tired after watching it.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's just going to be chaos.
Well,
bro.
It's 18 fights, isn't it?
So six early prelims, 14 fights, 15 fights. Yeah, 15 fights.
Long night of watching it, dude. Then I'll just tune in for the main card.
Yes, dude, it's going to be wild. Yeah, I don't know. I think Islam's going to grind it out and get it done. I think if he really wants to stamp his authority, he needs to stop Drew Dober. You know what I mean? Like if he stops Drew Dober, okay, we're dealing with the real deal. And then the last one there is Thiago Santos versus Rakic. You went Santos, right?
Monster.
Yeah.
Which would be the like more traditional way. I just feel like
Rakic on this one, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I went Rakic as well. I think Rakic's riding a lot of momentum, and he's also it's like two wild men. You know what I mean? Somebody's getting knocked out.
You feel like Santos is past his prime. He's on the way down, right?
Yeah.
Because you feel like Rakic hasn't even hit his prime yet.
Yeah.
Like,
and Santos also coming off like a long injury. You know what I mean? Like his injuries were bad. Eh? His knees were completely blown. And they're like, I dig the UFC. They're like, "Are you feeling better? Cool. We're gonna get you something lined up."
he has number 5.
Yeah, he has a massive Austrian man who's been head kicking people. Here you go. You can sort that out. Again, it's one of those, like I think more for Rakic. There's also like a proper coming out party here. You know what I mean? His record has been, I mean, who was his last one? Anthony Smith, like a close decision, I think.
Rakic.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, cool. But I mean, Anthony Smith lately is just, he hasn't been the same. You know what I'm saying? So,
or John Jones
this dude is bodied up, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, Anthony Smith. And he lost before that too? Volkan Oezdemir. Split decision, yeah, dude. Volkan as well is not the same dude. So he's beat Justin Ledet. That's a bit of a gimme if we're honest.
Yeah, but he murdered him.
Yeah. Like Devin Clark. Jimmy Manuel was a big one with that left high kick.
Yeah, that was massive.
So he come off that left high kick, then lose to Volkan Oezdemir, and then eke out a decision. Remember the Anthony Smith, it was like quite a grappling heavy affair. It was like it was one of those where like he just felt he had to get the win, you know. He didn't want to risk anything. So they're like, give you Thiago Santos. It was like, you have to risk here. There's no playing it safe with Thiago Santos. I mean, he's going to try and kick your face
Devin
off.
Clark knockout was also hectic.
Yeah. So good fight, man. I don't know. It's definitely one of those that can go either way. Should we hit that betway there, Rocky? So what I wanted to say is my style of approaching betting on a card like this, where it seems pretty obvious who your winners are. You know, like the favorites are reasonably obvious. If
this shit.
Yeah, if you're a betting man and you want to parlay on that main card. My only thing is, in my opinion, is I always feel that there has to be one surprise at least. So for me, if you want to look for a surprise and one that's really going to make you some money, you're going to look at Drew Dober, Makhachev, and you're going to look at Rakic versus Santos. I think those are going to be your two deciders on, because I think fairly like obviously it's fighting, anything can happen. This is why if you want to bet, it's entirely up to you. Adesanya is a safe bet. Nunes is a safe bet. I think if you're going to bet with your like a strategic bet on Piotr Jan, I think that's a safe one. And then you're going to have to decide. Also, mind you, Sterling as well.
Hey, it's close with Sterling. And
it's tight, dude. But again, like when it's that tight, you're going to lean to, I suppose, Piotr Jan as the champion, you're going to lean towards. The big picks for me, Islam Makhachev is always going to be a safer bet, but I think Drew Dober can pull off an upset there. Highly unlikely, but he can.
Well, with the current odds, like if you're going to parlay anything, definitely take the Adesanya Nunes, right? Because you're not getting great odds there.
Yeah.
And then you parlay that with the Drew Dober win. I think you got a decent little betting card there.
And Rakic, to finish.
Yeah, let's see what it does.
Okay, so obviously we're saying bet the house, huh?
Bet the house, dude. Bet the house. 10 G's on that bad boy, dude. What's that, $100 to win?
1,488 Rand total.
And we've picked Adesanya, Nunes, Piotr Jan, Drew Dober, and Rakic. Okay, so
I'll be honest, I don't think Drew Dober.
Take Drew Dober out. Go with.
That was your big.
Yeah. Go Makhachev.
Getting $500.
Yes, it's a big change, eh? Yeah. And what about if you swap Sterling with Piotr Jan?
Not going to make much.
It's not going to make much of a difference. The odds are the same.
A betting man though is going to put some money on Megan Anderson at
6.
At 6.
Okay, let's see if we go Megan Anderson. I'm not saying bet the house.
I'll never bet on Megan Anderson.
Even me. Take a man and years off your.
And you go Drew Dober as well, since we're living dangerously.
$8 grand for $100.
$8 grand for $100.
Yo.
It's basically a safe bet.
Bet everything.
And
everything.
Look, also there's some crazy fights. Ulberg, who's the next up and comer from CKB. Everybody's high on. If you want to throw a little dice, you can put him into your parlay. Carlos
Ulberg.
He's also the first team all down piece. Try to get some ladies' attention back in the fights. Dominic Reyes, Casey Kenny, not Reyes, Dominic Cruz. It was Casey Kenny. I think guys are going to have their eyes on that. Kyler Phillips, Song Yadong. That's a good fight.
Okay, well, if you bet on mostly the underdogs, you get a 1 with lots of zeros.
Yeah, you're going to win $1 trillion. You're going to win $1 trillion.
You get $1 million if all the underdogs win.
Sweet, guys. I think that's it from us. Enjoy the fights. It's going to be super juicy. It's going to be a very early morning and a long one at that.
What time does it start?
Main card starts 5 a.m.
Where can we watch it?
Super Sport. We'll switch over at 3 a.m. Yeah, enjoy the fights. Let us know what you think. We'll catch you on the other side. Peace.